judgment here is the wake-up call, the call from the universe, if you will. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. It's Rad, and this video is going to present you the weekly tarot reading for your star sign, June 30th to July 6th, 2025. And you can take advantage as well of the start of July sale by purchasing answer to a question video report reading from our website. And instead of asking just only one question, you can ask two of those. So you can take two for the price of one. Now, with that said, let's jump right away to your reading. This reading will be the forecast for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and also Virgo rising. So if it happens that you are born under the Virgo sign, then the reading will display the environment that you are going to grow under, like situations, people that you're going to meet, your hopes and dreams, the development of your hopes and dreams, and so on and so forth. If your moon is in Virgo, then the reading will display how you're going to feel going through your week, or that is at least what you can extract from the reading. And if your rising sign is Virgo, then you can extract from the reading the best way how you can deal with stuff around. So listening to all three should give you a pretty good idea what kind of a week is ahead of you, my Virgo friends. And the first card for you, which represents the environment and the topic of your week, that will be Judgment. I'm not very familiar with that deck, but yeah, that's Judgment. Followed by the second card, which stands for Ten of Wands. The second card represents what is going to hold you back here. Now, the third one is the opposite, Two of Cups, what is going to help you move forward, what is going to help you improve, what is going to help you grow. And the last one, it is the wraparound or the wrap-up of the week, how the week is going to end, where everything is leading to. And that will be the Three of Wands. So this, by the look of the cards, this is going to be a super important week for you because something is going to come up. Now, this is going to be strongly individualized. It's not going to be the same thing from one Virgo to another, but the judgment here is the wake-up call, the call from the universe, if you will. Usually manifests through ideal option. It is like, say you do have two options available for you to date with, but neither of them really is satisfiable. It's okay to date with that person or with the other person, but neither of them entirely fits with what you want. And the judgment manifests as an option opens up that it is exactly what you want. Now, it doesn't have to be only with options available, but ultimately through the environment of the week, you will know where you're heading. The full picture is going to clear up for you, and you're going to know what you have to do, where you're heading, what are going to be the results, and in generally what you should do right now. And that is so you can achieve results without any compromises whatsoever. That is the wake-up call. It could come through epiphany, it could come through insight, it could come through just a random circumstances happening around you, giving you the hint. What is the best thing for you to do and where is the best place you can be at? Completely available to you at this given moment. The issue though, which is represented by the second card of the Ten of Wands that we have, speaks that you are going to have many things at hand at that point, and this is just going to be one more thing on your plate. Is going to tip the scale toward being quite overwhelmed, and you will just not going to be able to neglect everything else aside. What I mean is that just because you now have your answer doesn't mean that you can invest everything in it and leave everything else neglected and aside. Unfortunately, according to that card, you should not drop the ball on anything you do and simultaneously develop all that you have promised you will do, all that you have signed for that you will do, and all that you had give a claim that you will do. And it will be quite a lot. It's highly unlikely that you're going to find any time for yourself going through this week. There are always going to be pressing issues that you need to address whilst you are following this call from the universe that is going to come your way. And this call from the universe is going to come from a woman. I'm gonna take the liberty here to tell you that usually I don't tell such a specific information, if not a private reading, but this call is going to be given to you by a woman, very clever one, very clever person that genuinely loves you. It could be your mother, or it could be motherhood figurine, it could be your sister, if you will, or a very best friend. But either something that she will do or something that she will say is gonna open your eyes for it, for what is the best thing for you moving forward. But like I said, it will be one more thing on your plate, and it is gonna be so difficult to you to just keep up with everything going forward, and you can't afford to drop the ball on any of it. Now, what is going to help you though, it is a Two of Cups, influence and energy. Now, this card shows that aside from your personal undertakings, the exterior is going to be very understanding and very peaceful. Your colleagues are not going to mess around with your work and are not going to sabotage you. Your friends are going to do the same. They're just not going to mess around with your work. They will not going to sabotage you. That is unless you ask for help. But in order to do so, you need to be very sincere with what you are handling at that particular point. So people know what they are involving themselves into, but that also doesn't mean that they are going to do your work. They will be able to cover what you are incapable of. But if something, bottom line here, guys, is that you can't leave your job for someone else going through the week. This isn't just how things are going to work. Additionally to it, you may be pointed toward the love of your life. Here it is, I said it. That is something very, very possible going through your week here. With the Judgment at the first position, Two of Cups at the third one, you just may find yourself incapable because of so many undertakings and so many responsibilities to make a contact at least throughout the first to the last portion of the week. But at the end, we have Three of Wands. And the week wraps up in a very favorable way for you, because the Three of Wands shows that whatever expectations you are building up to are going to manifest by the end of the week, and you're going to find yourself sitting on very well established foundations and patterns, which speaks that you will manage flawlessly every responsibilities and every undertakings that had been waiting for you throughout the week, which consequently is going to bring to you an amazing rewards. And while you may hate the environment and the time that they didn't give you enough room and space to answer the call of the universe, this is going to be the moment at the end of the week where you're going to feel warmth and pleasure, because see that, it was worth it. This call could have waited for a day or two, maybe a week, because the rest is going to pay for it. These undertakings, they simply are going to bring amazing rewards. And stepping on those rewards, you are now going to have the funds, the resources, the means to go for something big and for something more. That is how Three of Wands operates. You are mastering to what you were performing up until this point, so you can challenge yourself for something more, with bigger gains, with bigger acquisitions, and in generally propelling you to new shores of your, whether career, whether love, or whether life development. And so with that said, Virgo, that was your weekly reading. Hopefully you do enjoy it and you do liked it, guys. And if you did, you can subscribe for the channel, leave a like, comment on the video as well if you feel so, and hopefully we're going to see each other next time. Until then, bye.